Hey guys, in my last video where I talked about my pre-farming strats, I mentioned that one of the key things is that if you're pre-farming on Inferno 5, other players in your party can just be in any Inferno difficulty. It can be Inferno 4 or below. One of my friends actually left a comment on my video where he took this idea and ran with it, and this is a really insane strategy, and I'm really impressed with it. So I want to give a huge shout out to Marcus54, who actually was the first person to tell me about the strategy. So he says, "Hey Mal, thumbs up for the video. You can also have a team of 4 players. One can be on Inferno 1 and the other 3 can be on Inferno 5. The one that's on Inferno 1 can carry for a couple of runs in the team and then rotate." So I took the time today to actually test this strategy myself, and I have to say it's even faster than my original pre-farming method where I was teleporting out the dungeon. This method actually is a lot less hassle because you don't have to worry about teleporting out and worrying about the cooldown. This just works really well because basically 3 of the players are getting Inferno 5 items, and the runs are going to be super quick because you're running on Inferno 1, at least one of the players is running on Inferno 1. So using this method, you can actually pre-farm any difficulty of your choice, provided that you've actually unlocked it. And you don't need any combat rating. The only combat rating that you need is the minimum combat rating for Inferno 1. You don't need any resonance, and the only thing that you do need is a pretty well optimized build with high damage so that you can actually have very fast runs. And in my opinion, this method works out to be just as fast, or maybe even faster than doing regular dungeons just on your own difficulty, which is just crazy to me. So actually pre-farming turns out to be actually faster than regular farming on Inferno 4. It's just blowing my mind. So as you can see here from this clip, I'm running on Inferno 1 and everything is just melting super quickly, even while solo. And you can see that my friends on the minimap, they're all on Inferno 5 so that they all have a chance to get an Inferno 5 item. And there's no portaling out here. I can just basically melt the boss completely by myself solo. And if I do get an Inferno 1 item, it's completely fine. It doesn't matter so much because the good thing about this is if I do 1 run on Inferno 1, I'm going to have 3 runs on Inferno 5 because my friends are going to rotate with me. So how we agreed to run here is that I run 3 runs on Inferno 1 and then I can leave the dungeon and switch to Inferno 5, and one of them takes over the role of running on Inferno 1, and then we just keep rotating like that. Running in this way and switching every 3 runs rather than every run means that we can use the replay dungeon feature, which just means that we're going to go into dungeons even faster. There are 2 small downsides to using this strategy. The first is that you can't use it on random dungeons. You have to use it on a specific dungeon. That's because, like I said, most players are below the combat rating for Inferno 5, so you actually can't start the random dungeon party finder. The other thing is that you actually have to have a pre-made dungeon group to do this. For me, those 2 downsides are not a big deal at all, and I actually don't mind running the same dungeon. So here we've chosen to run Cavern of Echoes, which is one of the fastest dungeons, and we are just speeding through the runs like crazy. So now that I've shown the perspective from running on Inferno 1, I'm going to show how it looks like from a player who's running on Inferno 5. So unfortunately you won't be able to do much in the dungeon, but the good thing about it is that the dungeon's going to be over really quickly. So each dungeon's going to be a little bit different, but for Cavern of Echoes here, the best thing to do is just wait at the start of the dungeon if you're running on Inferno 5, and then a portal is going to pop up where it says take you to the next floor. Then as soon as you're at the next floor, you can move ahead to the gate here and then just make your way to the boss. And if you do die, the first death is only going to be 3 seconds, so you can always reposition and move towards the boss. Just don't resurrect too much because then your timer is going to be way too long. So if you do die next to the boss, just wait for your teammate to clear, and then you can res and pick up any loot. The other good thing about this is that if the first Yeti boss is an orange boss that actually drops a green, the chest is going to spawn next to you at the entrance, which is really good because you can just open the chest and pick up another green during the run. So that's another really good thing about running dungeons like this or like Temple of Nomari, is that you have a chance that the mini bosses actually spawn a green for you if you're running challenge dungeons like we are here. So as you can see, my friend managed to clear the dungeon. He's the one running solo on Inferno 1, and I luckily got a green on Inferno 5. Moving forward, I'm going to be using this strategy not only to pre-farm, but possibly even for regular dungeons after reaching Paragon 700, because like I said, it's going to be really difficult for people, even if they've reached Paragon 700, to actually have enough combat rating for Inferno 5, and this method might actually work out to be even faster. So I definitely recommend you guys to check this method out. Even if you're a completely new player, and let's say you don't have enough combat rating for Inferno 4, this method could also be used there. So do try it out and let me know. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you've liked the video, then please do hit the like button and also consider subscribing to my channel. It really does help me out. For now, I'm going to be signing off, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.